The United States has said that India is taking the allegations of a plot to assassinate an American citizen on US soil seriously. And this comes after Indian officials met with US State Department and Department of Justice officials to discuss their active investigation into the matter. The probe is related to the alleged Indian involvement in a failed assassination plot against pro-Khalistan leader Gurpatwant Singh Pannu in New York, mentioning the ongoing collaboration between the US and India in the case. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller noted that both countries maintain a strong partnership despite the concerns. The United States also urged India to seriously consider allegations related to Canada's claims of Indian involvement in the killing of pro-Khalistan leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar. On Monday, India recalled its diplomats from Canada and also expelled 6 Canadian diplomats from India after Canada tagged Indian diplomats as persons of interest in the case, including India's High Commissioner to Canada. Meanwhile, leader of the New Democratic Party of Canada, Jagmeet Singh, has urged sanctions on Indian diplomats, highlighting the urgent need for accountability regarding Nijjar's murder. Our correspondent Susan Tehrani brings you more details on this story.
State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller says that India is taking very seriously the allegations of a plot to kill an American citizen. A team of Indian officials met with State Department and Department of Justice officials to discuss their active investigation into the matter. Now, the Indian government has denied any involvement, but is investigating the allegations internally. The plot allegedly involved Indian national Nikhil Gupta, who was arrested in the Czech Republic and extradited here to the United States back in June. India remains a strong partner of the United States, and Washington says that it values its relationship with India, which allows for a frank conversation about collective issues of concern, including this one. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION.
Saudi Arabian Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman visited Cairo to discuss trade and investment as well as the ongoing conflicts in West Asia with Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Now, the leaders called for de-escalation and ceasefires in both Gaza Strip and Lebanon and emphasized that establishing a sovereign Palestinian state is the only way to achieve calm, peace and security in the region. They also noted that any attempts to liquidate the Palestinian cause will perpetuate the current conflict in the region. After months of Egyptian attempts to draw Saudi investors in, the two leaders inked the establishment of a high-level Saudi-Egyptian Coordination Council and the signing of an agreement to encourage and protect mutual investments. Just last month, Mohammed bin Salman announced that he was planning to invest $5 billion in Egypt. The areas of investment include 2 sites for tourism developments on Egypt's Red Sea coast and in the south of its Sinai Peninsula. Saudi investment has been key to crisis-hit Egypt's plans to privatize state holdings, with Cairo struggling to escape from its worst-ever economic crisis. Earlier this year, Egypt received a bailout of over $50 billion in loans and investment deals, including from the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank and the United Arab Emirates. Abu Dhabi alone pledged $35 billion to develop the coastal city of Ras Al Hekma on the Mediterranean coast.
Taiwan is reportedly making a new move to fortify its defenses. As per reports, the country has reportedly signed contracts for purchasing nearly 1,000 high-tech killer drones from the United States. According to reports, this development marks a crucial step in Taiwan's strategy to counter China's growing military pressure. As tensions in the Taiwan Strait continues to escalate, reportedly Taiwan is positioning itself to defend against potential Chinese aggression. And with this warfare upgrade, this development reportedly comes just a day after China's People's Liberation Army wrapped up its latest joint combat exercises around Taiwan. This military show of force from Beijing was reportedly a direct response to Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te's pro-independence stance during his speech last week on Taiwan's National Day, where he vowed to resist annexation amid the constant Chinese threats.
La casa, como pueden observar, completamente se está encendiendo, se están incendiando.
And moving on, dozens of people are missing in floods that have claimed at least 18 lives in Bosnia after torrential rains inundated towns and triggered landslides. The waters are receding after the floods struck Bosnia, but many roads to affected towns remain blocked and large areas are still covered in debris. Now, drone footage showed damaged houses, debris and cars following deadly floods in the Bosnian village. Many sifted through the rubble to salvage clothes and other belongings while walking through what was left of their houses and possessions.
Situacija je katastrofa, katastrofalno je, voda je ušla u kuće ljudima, odnijela je sve, voda se povlači, mulj ostaje, ne znam, vidjet ćemo dok se povuče voda šta je ostalo iz toga svega.
Ariel, good morning. Unfortunately, that dreaded storm surge a reality for so many across Southwest Florida. We are talking about inches of water still on the ground, but earlier at the height of the storm, this was up to 3 feet. And you'll notice the community behind me, all these homes dealing with the sort of consequences. In the distance, you can hear a generator whirring. That means power is out. One of many problems so many across the state are now dealing with. Of course, we know that this was a significant storm doing so much damage in many different ways by its either storm surge or flooding, and in some cases, violent tornadoes. More than 100 tornado warnings issued as Hurricane Milton made its way over the Sunshine State. Today, of course, is going to be focused on cleaning up. A lot of the neighbors who live in this community will likely be having to deal with the repercussions here. So trying to clean up, maybe looking at some damage as all this water hopefully starts to recede very soon.
Yeah, and it's a delicate day as we see people gathering their things, assessing their neighborhood, checking on friends and family. But Governor DeSantis did say this morning, don't head into the waters, don't do anything dangerous because power lines are down. We know that there are many people without power. So what's the power situation as far as you can tell?
This morning, Helene's devastation gripping communities across the southeast. The death toll rising. At least 227 people killed. Downed trees and mud cutting off towns in North Carolina, with authorities working to restore power across the state. In the small town of Batcave, we witness Helene's dark aftermath.
And I want you to see what's happening with this house here. It appears that this home was completely moved off its foundation. You see the chimney here. This is the chimney that's really in the ground, and there's the rest of it.
A remote town decimated, bridges sliced in half, making access significantly challenging.
They've actually laid down a ladder so that people can walk across it.
Some residents here still trapped at home, volunteers using ATVs.
They just told